Hey, Henry. Hey, Mel. Sam. See. The tortoises are out today, too. Hey, Christine. Wrong way. Yeah, Charlotte was showing off her tortoises, and it made me want to get mine out. It's been a while since they've been outside. Oh. Damn it. I should learn how the functions on this thing work. Something's eating my lily pad. Hey, Benjamin. I suppose I should put it in all messages so I don't miss people again. So I think I missed Jamie last week until like the end of the stream. Get the glare off. Right? I did finally pull some Anacris out, and then the lily actually came to the top. But something has been eating on it. Here's one of the koi. It's one of the blue ones. There's the orange-headed one. Well, some of it's frog bit too. And where'd Dargo go? He did not play over there. It's definitely worthwhile to do, Mel. Darg was a troublemaker. Alright. Avenoxy. That's a big endler. So how's everybody doing today? Are we all having fun? Staying out of the heat or the rain, whatever your weather is. I think it's worthwhile doing though. One of the black. Need those lily pads to finish growing up to the top. That way I can help shade a little bit. This one's got black morculls, endlers, white clouds, a couple of koi left, some paleatus cories. I don't remember if I put any placos in it or not. I might have. It definitely went through. Nice, Christine. Eventually I want to set up some waterfalls. I got this pre-made pond. And there's the little kiddie swimming pool back there. And a 55-gallon barrel. And another 55-gallon barrel. And that one's my Radnocentris barrel. So that's the one that's been making all my eggs. This is the main one with multi-species fish in it though. Where are we? Hey, J-Rock. Nice, J-Rock. Hey, Red Laser. I know that I was always told that you can't keep plants with goldfish and koi, but that's all that filters the pond is the plants. And the bugs and whatever else. I think if you have them in confined quarters and there's not enough for them to eat, then that might be true, but yeah. Out here, it seems to do just fine. I do wish there was less glare, though. Mine goes through phases. They pick on the pogo stem, but they don't touch the hornwort. They don't touch the crypts either. And they leave the sword alone. They mostly just pick on the pogo stem. Hey, William. Yeah, it's got a mix of fish in it. Black moors and koi and endlers, white clouds. And Shiana's being naughty. Linky. Yeah, down the road I will. These ones are experimental to see what I can pull off without a filter. I could see it in a confined space, but I think the plants here probably grow too much. Because they've got full sun. Well, not full sun, but lots of sun. Then they've got all the waste from the fish. Yeah, I just need to do it on a bigger scale. Not yet, Mel. I don't have an actual fish room right now. When I do, I'll share. Amy. Yeah, except for it freezes here, so they're only temporary. I'm looking forward to seeing what I pull out of them come fall. Like, probably September is when I'll have to dump them. Hey, Shady. I should mount you guys to the back of the tortoise and it'll be easier to watch you. Geek boy. Is Andrew still running too? They're Russian tortoises. So Chiana is the big girl. She's about as big as they're going to get. Then Dargo is the male, and he's still got some more growing to do, but he grows slow. Chiana was already as big as she is, or really close to it when I first got her. Like almost, it's got to be close to 10 years ago now. It does get a little rough having them out though, because they like to sneak off. I haven't brought them out much since my daughter moved out, because it used to be she'd watch one and I'd watch the other one. No, they're not as slow as you might think they are. When they want to move, they move. I've got one painted turtle right now. I found it last year when I was out fishing. It was in a puddle that was drying up. I'll probably raise it for maybe another month or so and then take it over to my sister's pond. I did try to breed the tortoises once, and I had one hatch, lots of failures, but eventually that hatchling died, so that was kind of rough. I definitely get a lot more attached to the turtles and tortoises than I do the fish, so it's kind of kept me away from trying again. Well, these guys do, Mel. And then if you get into the musk turtles, those guys stay really small too. Alright, so this is Dargo. I mean, he's not very big at all. He's got a little more growing to do. Hey, EB. Give me a second, I'll go get Chiana. After I can. But Dargo's not going to get much bigger. And this is Chiana, and she's pretty well close to full grown, a little bit bigger yet. I think the biggest is like 10, 11 inches. There's no filtration in this. It's just plants. The Russian tortoises and the Hey, Sarah. Dirt. My yard dirt, which is all this sand. So there's some soil mixed in, but it's mostly sand. Hey, Juanita. But yeah, the Russian tortoises and the Greek tortoise, I think it is. Rob has some. Stay pretty small. Nice, Sarah. Ethan. Blackmores, koi, endlers, white clouds, Paleatus cories. Every now and again a cory will come up and hit the surface. Hey, Muppet. I thought I seen somebody say hi to her. Hey, JNN. Yeah, I don't see Juanita either. Gianna just wants to be where she's not supposed to be. I set it up this spring. Actually, not even this spring, because the weather wasn't right, and I had to get determined to do it. Maybe 2 months. I don't know. There's a video on. At least I think there's still a video on me having the koi come in for observation. I think. Hey, Moose. Go under that way. Yeah, I took a lot of driftwood out though. There's only the stump left, and then a sunken log. But that way, that stump, and then there's a log. You can kind of see it, like right there. It runs. See if we can get her while she's in sprint mode. Kind of hard zoomed in. She's coming. There she goes. If she wants to move, she can move. Alright, she's gotta come back now. Yeah, she was running. If she can escape, she will. Hey, Mike. Mr. MNC. The red roots actually don't do good for me out here unless they're in one of the barrels. They need some protection from the wind or something and more heat. But they grow better underwater than they do above. It went good, Mike. The aquatic moose. Should be able to link it. And then the links do work if you're a moderator. You can click on the name, the comments, or view comments, and then it'll have the link highlighted. I don't know if it works if you're not a moderator, though. Hey, Adele. Thanks, Adele. No, there's UTV or ATV driving past. Not all too terribly far from the road. And it's one of the main trails or connecting trails. Nice, Mel. Did you score any more fish at the AKA or ACA? All right. Oh, yeah. Definitely want to hit the auction if it's tomorrow. Just be careful not to get caught up in the hype of the auction. A good deal is not always a good deal. I think that white cloud's looking for a boyfriend. Thanks, Christine. We'll see if it stays that color as it gets bigger. They're coming in the winter for the winter this year. Then, if all goes well, hopefully we'll have a bigger pond dug next year. Don't get caught up in the hype at the auction with everybody bidding. Get yourself trapped in a bidding war that ends up being too much, or a lot more than what the fish was really worth. So no, for sure, two of those guys did okay. I thought there was still another one down there somewhere. Where the hell's Chan at? Yeah. Also, make sure you look at the lot numbers too. Yeah, very important. I'm cheating over here. Not quite yet, Mel. I think another 2 weeks maybe. Then I'll go through them. I don't want to ship anything while I'm on vacation. Maybe the last weekend of vacation. Next weekend's the cookout, so not this weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after maybe. Hopefully I can pull them during vacation and see what I have to work with. They'll be juveniles, so sexable but juveniles. There's been a few passing through. Some new to my channel names, and then some just new all the way. I do really wish that it was warm enough that I could have this going year round. Not a problem. It really depends on your goals with the fish, but most people run them way too hot. If you're trying to breed, then it's a little bit different. But if you're just trying to keep fish, just a nice, comfortable temperature, it doesn't overspeed their life. That's good, Mel. I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like as adults. I'd hit like 99, 100. Not very common though. Most summers is typically, maybe upper 80s. But it also gets down to, sometimes the 50s at night. That's a good question there, Sarah. I didn't look yet. Fortunately, I can't look right now because it'll bug out my phone. Henry, if I had my way, it'd be a 100-foot by a 60-foot wide building with 2 stories. In reality, it'll probably end up being, I think like 10 by 16 to start with. Then some expansions after that. Yeah, no hurricanes up here, Henry. Pretty sure it's like 83 right now. Nice, Sarah. She's definitely lived a good life. Hey, Marcus. Yeah, I don't blame you, Henry. It's better to be prepared than it is to be taken by surprise, especially if you know far enough in advance. And hopefully it's soon, Mo. Have you guys been looking, or? Yeah, it has to be. It's been like 30 years, I think, since I kept fish outside. And this will freeze solid. When we do like bury well lines and stuff like that up here, we have to be 6 feet down. During a bad winter, the ice can get as thick as 4 feet on the lakes around here. Normally, it's more like around 2 to 3 feet. So when I do finally dig a pond, it's going to be like 12 feet deep. Northern Wisconsin. I've considered it, but not yet. I might do some small ones like this in the greenhouse and then run some heaters in there. Um, that's why you got to put them in the ground, Henry, and in the shade. There are some fish that can handle that, Henry. Not many that can handle 100, though. Yes, Christine. Does she have a channel, or oh, you went away? Damn it! Oh, where'd Gianna go? Overhead. All right, I'll be away from the phone for a minute. Hey, Myers. Black girl underneath canvas so I couldn't see her. Hey, Lotties. Hey, Lotties. Ooh, other way. I had to go find one of them because she ran off on me. If you're still out there. And Gianna's trying to run away again. Ooh, other way. She's hiding over by the pine tree. But at least I can see her this time. Hey, McScally. Yeah, she is. Him, not so much. He kind of just goes and hangs out somewhere and doesn't do much. She's like forever running somewhere. She got into something, so now she's sneezing. But she's always been a problem maker. Even in her enclosure, she sits there and digs and digs and digs. Alright, where are we at? I can't see what you guys are seeing because I got a glare on my screen. There's one of the koi. A swivel. Yeah, I subbed the money list Maven also. I don't really know her very well. I think I've only seen part of one of her lives. He gone. Yeah, the frogs help keep the some of the bugs down. The big bullfrog was in the other pond, or the kiddie pool. He used to be in here, but then he kind of moved on. None of the frogs go in the barrel, so. But so far with the frogs in there, I've seen 0 dragonfly nymphs, so that's good. My glare's probably horrible. Nice, Dennis. Hey, Craig. Shart, you still hanging out there? Alright, I'm gonna run the tortoises back in the house because they're getting to be wanting to find some place to hide and sleep. I'm bumping things. Hey, Melissa. All right, I'm done chasing tortoises now. I think my big bullfrog finally moved on. Yeah, that's one of the little, or there's two little guys in this one yet. I didn't see any in the other one. Yeah, it definitely feels it if you mess with the tortoiseshell. I don't call it frog. Yeah, they'll eat the mosquito larva. The frogs will eat the mosquitoes before they hit the water, though. I see 3 of them in here. One of them needs to make its way back over to the big kiddie pool. Wonder if it's getting too warm for him. It's a lot shallower. Don't forget to put your bucket out. Everybody needs free food. Hopefully you guys can see that group of black moors there. With the white cloud dancing around them. Really need to get some more white clouds. The kayak don't fit this pond. I know a lot of people had concerns about the frogs eating some fish, but realistically, the antlers are in here to feed the black moors and the koi anyway. So if he is eating some of them, I'm okay with it. The ones I don't want him to eat are too big for them to eat anyway. That straight tail blackmore looks funny. Hey, Carl. It'd be nice if it would just go full sun or full shade. Chicken butt. Hey, Uncle Smileys. Cody V. How's it going, man? It's they're just young bullfrogs of one of the bullfrog genes. It's not the one that gets massive, but say about hand size maybe. Cody, are you able to make it up next weekend? Yeah, tadpoles are not. I'll send you a bullfrog tadpole if you want one, but I don't recommend it. To stay a tadpole for a really long time. The Foxy's doing a cookout next weekend out at the Pepperling Creek Ranch, or compound, however you want to refer to it, in Mosinee. Nice, DJ. Thanks for stopping in. I see a koi head. I wonder if they just enjoy sunning themselves. In what the hell's the name of that damn town? Mosinee. They're about probably like 2 hour drive for you. They're very near the Mosinee airport. They're a little over an hour south of me. Not by much, but just a smidge over an hour. Yeah, not Menominee. Nice. Are you on Fish Fam Link, Cody? I believe she has a thing on her website or her channel also in her community tab. Well, you should be able to view it as a guest, I think. And it should have used Google. If your Google's all set up. But you should be able to look at it and then get her email link off of that. Otherwise, just comment on her community page on the Wisconsin Fish Fam Cookup forum that she has. I hope you're satisfied with your pond when you get it done there, Sarah. I wonder what's so special about that one lily pad. They all got to hang out right next to it. In the end, as long as you're happy with it, that's all that really matters. The rest of us are just a bunch of assholes. Our opinions don't really matter. Hey, Eric. Whose graduation? Your kids are all still pretty young, aren't they? Christine, are you spawning any of your koi or shabumkins or anything like that? That's gotta be like the prettiest fish in there. Too bad it's so shy. No, I was wondering if Christine was working with shabunkins or koi on purpose. I'd really prefer to go the shabunkin line though. They don't get quite as out of control big. But the koi are pretty. I think I'm gonna probably work on getting some more anacris out of this. Open it up some more. Yeah, that's what a lot of people refer to them as, but they're pretty fish in their own right. Feeder goldfish, I think, are probably more accurately the poor man's goldfish, though. Or poor man's koi. And some of those are getting the common goldfish. They've been working pretty hard. Some of those get really nice looking, but they still get pretty big. The koi is definitely getting a lot more comfortable though and spending more time out. Yeah, they can. I love the butterfly koi. They just get too big. And I haven't seen one in person fully grown out though. But I do agree the shapunkin is a preferred body shape. Oh, have you caught a large carp? They're pretty flat on the bottom too. I think it has to do with how they feed and where they spend their time. Naturally, at least. Not in a man-made pond or aquarium. I like barbs. It depends on the barb, though. The tiger barb and that kind of stuff reminds me of bluegills and crappie, at least body shape wise. Oh, koi barbs, okay. They're whiskers. The rosy barbs are not rosy barbs. The black ruby barbs that I have are ready to spawn. At some point in time here, I should probably start working with them. I can agree with that, Sarah. Hey, Stephen B. Yeah, my black ruby barbs are in with a couple of wild type bettas and a Cory that I don't remember the damn name of. I think it's a C027 or something like that. And then leopard frog placos. So there's no chance that the eggs will survive in that. Me, Sarah? I can put you together a little basket or something to take home. The Anacris will outrun you, though. It'll definitely take over your pond if you're not cautious with it. But as long as you manage it, it's okay. Yeah, this the stuff on like in the middle of the screen there is. Then there's some creeping Jenny, whatever form of it is that I always forget. Then underneath that glare, there's some Kambamba and some hornwort, but like that mass, that's all Anacris. Then my overthrow of frogbit, Anacris, and Kambamba, hornwort all goes into the kiddie pool. But the Anacris is in that barrel, and it's rooted all the way down at the bottom of that barrel. So it's, you know, a good 2.5 foot tall, maybe almost 3 foot. That's a good question, Sarah. Is it in full sun, or it might be getting too hot? And then that barrel is almost all Kambamba. With that's the Radnocentris barrel. There's only about 10 inches to a foot sticking out. What are they, like 3 foot tall? So at least 2 feet in the ground. Hey, Peplin. Peplin Cody V was in here earlier, and I'd mentioned about the cookout next weekend. Tell him to reach out. And then this tub or preform or whatever is about 2 feet deep, also, or maybe almost 3 feet. It's like armpit deep. Peplin, do you want to send a link? I believe he had a job change. There's one of the froggers. Wants to say hi. If you've got two Schultz you don't want, Sarah, bring them up. I'll play with them. He hasn't really been messing with the fry as far as I know. This is, there was 6. 2 died. I don't know what the hell they ate, but they got all funny looking, bloated. Because I find them out floating around in the pond. And then there was a really big one that moved to the kiddie pool, but he's moved on since. Sarah, if you've got stuff that's too big for you that you need to rehome or whatever, just let me know. Shoot me a Discord message or something, or a text. All right, Cody, make sure you write that down or screenshot it or something. One of the frogs is up on the stump. I think he's getting ready to eat something. Yeah, he is. It's so fun watching him do that. There's a beetle crawling on a leaf. All right, you should be good to delete it, Brian, if you don't want it to stay on the internet. That Blackmore thinks it's a shark. Keeps putting his dorsal out. Okay. Hey, Foxy. I don't have a plan. And I appreciate it. Did you get to see the tortoises, Foxy? Gianna was being a butthead, so I had to finally put them away. Speaking of which, I need to figure out what side to bring you. Yeah, I wish Pep would. Maybe I'll talk to my sister. She might have some freshly butchered bulls or something. Okay, I can grab a bunch of Rhinelander potato chips. I'll tell Jill about it, and then she'll try to get them while they're in stock. Steven, you have to budget to come to Cataclysm next year, because that's why there's no cookout. Mr. Coy. He's going back in the weeds already. That one, Blackmore, is just such a fatty for being this year's baby. I think it's already pushing like 3 inches. Is there any information out on next year's Cataclysm yet? Do we know if they're pairing up with like Live Bear Association or Killifish or anything like that? See, Steven, if you come to the Cataclysm, you might get lucky and be able to tour Marcel's house and get to see all of his rainbows. I'm okay if they don't pair up. I just don't want them to be with the Cichlets again. I didn't care for that side of it. think Mousy might have just went live too. I think I'm going to be about another 12-ish minutes and I'll cut her. Even Maxie. But if you think of it, Foxy, if you watch the beginning section, there should have been a few shots of the tortoises and then some random ones later on. All good, Foxy. If you get bored throughout the week. Chiana's a roamer, so I have to pay attention when she's out here. Dargo, not so much. She kind of just finds a spot and sits. Both the koi actually in the same spot. Steven, are you still lurking out there? Mr. P. That's all good, Steven. That Anacris that I have is the Canadian strain. That's the one that's native to Wisconsin now, or whatever you want to call it, but it's everywhere. Lake Superior, every lake and stream, pretty much. But when it's out in full sun, it stays really short. This gets enough shade and the water is dark enough from the tannins that it grows a little bit taller. Oh yeah, it would take over Louisiana. Well, maybe not, because it might get too hot and melt. It doesn't like heat. I know I have a few plants that I've tried to bring into the tanks from wild, and they just melt. Even if I put them in full sun, it just gets so hot that they just dissolve. Or they go stable, or sterile, or not sterile, stagnant. I know that we have a couple of plants that only grow under the ice, and then they die off in the spring. But I don't remember what their name is. I don't know what it is. I think they're some kind of maybe a low light. It might even be that it blocks out some of the infrared stuff or something when it goes through the ice. But I know it dies off in the spring and then it blooms in the fall fall when the ice comes on. So do I, Sarah. They do better for me. I hope that stupid fish does good for me forever. I really like that fish. And since I do, it's probably going to die. I don't know if it's a male or a female. There's a white and blue one also with a fancy name that I don't know, because I'm not super up on the koi. And there might be one other one that I don't see often. But I know 4 died, and I had 9 to start with. But the pond's established enough that it could eat a couple fish, and you'd never even notice. But I got a question for you, Steven. I'm gonna unplug this charger. Shrink you guys. And so, why, by the way, is that lily and all of its other lilies growing like 6 inches under the water? I'll zoom you out first here. And go this way. So the pond is elbow deep at this spot. Well, there's some anachnus in this one. And we'll see if we can... I don't know if we got enough light shining in. When there's enough light, I can see all the way down to the bottom. Kind of like this one. That was green water. This one's only 10 inches deep, though. So light lights it up pretty good. And here's some of my cultures. Daphnias and whatever other sea shrimps. I don't know if that one's got enough light shining in it. Boy, I think I've seen a little baby fish. About damn time. Looks like this one's getting a little green at the bottom. And a lot of glare. When it rains good, this duckweed gets washed into the tub. Oop, other way. And then the koi and the goldfish eat it. They don't like to leave duckweed standing. On the koi, Foxy, or oh, Julia? Okay. Well, that's the tubs for this year. And the elbow deep is to the substrate. I think the substrate on this one's like around 4 inches. So something I did notice while I was out ice fishing is the willow flowage is an extremely tannic lake, like super black, and it's got a lot of particulates floating in it. But in the winter when it freezes, it goes crystal clear with the cold water. And then depending on the snow level, when that sun hits the ice, it makes the whole lake glow evenly. So the ice kind of works as a aquarium light at that point. But all right, guys, thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna enter here and hopefully see a whole bunch of you next weekend. If I'm able to get out on the kayak, I might try to stream from the kayak tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But thanks for stopping in. Hey, Andy. And Mossy Files is live too, I believe. So if you need some place to hang out, it's a good place to hang out. Thanks, Mark.